And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in a Crypto episode 480.
Oh, yeah.
Today is Wednesday, hump day, October 2nd, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
10ish again, that is right. And today, not a lot of big stories, but some important ones. As you saw, crypto versus institutions in full form. State-backed German bank says Bitcoin will leap to 90,000 in 2020. Altcoin platform CoinExchange.io closes for financial reasons. SEC settles with Nebulous for unregistered offering of SIA notes in 2014. Extortion. And last but certainly not least, congressional challenger to House Speaker Pelosi is fundraising in crypto. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, it's interesting political news as well because I just saw that Bernie Sanders was sick today or in hospital or treatments. And I'm just like, look, all to his health and goodness and all that, whatever, positivity. But I'm not trying to elect nobody or have nobody even in the nominations who can't stay healthy for the prelims, all right?
Yeah, we got to start cutting off the age limits at 100.
Come on. You sick during preseason exhibition games. You talking about playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Playoffs.
I don't want to hear about experience if you can't live long enough to give it away.
Hey, it's that simple. All right. Before we jump to these top stories of the day, let's go ahead and talk about these prices, which has certainly slowed down the news.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, price-wise, we're seeing a good mix of green and red today. Bitcoin is down 1% at $8,226. Ethereum is up 1% at $177. Ripple still at the 25-cent range, down 0.2% today. Bcash, however, is up 0.2% at $223. Litecoin at $56 is down 0.2%, and EOS coming in at $3 is up 2% today. So, price-wise, once again, don't panic. Looks like we're going sideways.
There it is. What's going on, Tiffany from New York? Shannon, Allen, Evan, good morning. Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Bougie. Hey. What's going on, Tessa? Cryptonomics, everybody. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Make sure to like and share, people.
Make sure to smash those likes and share.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're talking about the price, of course. So let's go ahead and roll into this first story. State-backed German bank says Bitcoin will leap to 90,000 in 2020. Now, we know everybody has been having all types of predictions for 2020. When the halving comes, of course, that is one of the main, the main themes of this article. However, no one really says why. Everybody just says the halving. So this state German bank kind of goes into a bit more detail. This German bank, Bayern LB, has published a report on Bitcoin versus gold in which it predicts a big leap for the cryptocurrency in 2020. It looks like that the research is suggesting that the forthcoming Bitcoin halving effect has yet to be factored into its current price of about 8,300. That I will agree with.
Yep.
However, we've also seen other halvings happen where nothing has happened yet. The financial institution explained that gold had to earn its high stock-to-flow ratio, quote, the hard way over the course of millennia. Bitcoin, on the other hand, will most likely succeed to a similar stock-to-flow ratio to that of gold in the coming year. So they're saying that this stock-to-flow ratio is why the price is factored into what it is. Please tell us what a stock-to-flow ratio is and how that actually works when it comes to Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. Well, stock-to-flow ratio basically says how liquid your stock or your commodity is, the ability to transfer it over time. And the quote here actually states that historically speaking, it has invariably been the commodity with the highest stock-to-flow ratio at that juncture, which has been used as money, because this has enabled the best value transfer over time. So yes, people, Bitcoin is the best value transfer there is. That is why their stock-to-flow ratio is expected to be higher than gold, which is how they came up with the price of 90,000. The increase in market cap, meaning the more money coming into it, along with a steady supply, which is getting harder and harder to buy, is how they came up with this price. And right now, it's not being priced in. We have Bitcoin Cash taking away market cap, Bitcoin SV. I think we'll see some of those go away. We'll see a lot of altcoin money just go away because nobody's buying those ICOs no more. And one of the best parts about Bitcoin is that long term, if you're worried about the price, just think long term. This price is basically going to keep going up. The more demand it has, and that's only going to increase.
And it's funny you said that about altcoins. My thing is, I can't wait to see what happens once Bitcoin crosses that. I wouldn't say 20K because once it hits 20K or gets toward 20K again as it runs up, altcoins are definitely going to boom. I want to see Bitcoin in the altcoin market after, I would say, 27, 28,000. I think 27, 28,000 will be a good psychological barrier to where people say, all right, I'm not, because again, you lose money if you keep putting money in altcoins and Bitcoin's booming, people.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be one of those realizations where, everybody's betting on their horses on the run up to 20K, 22K. Altcoins are boom, people will buy them. But as Bitcoin keeps pumping, like I said, 25, 27, all right, we're going to 30K. I think the altcoin buying will slow down, if not almost stop, because people will say, all right, there is only one. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
So I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, of course, I could be wrong. Altcoins should just go crazy. Bitcoin could stall out at 28, 29,000. Although I don't think that's going to happen with the halving institutions, especially by the time next year. Once that happens, if nothing continues to be wrong with the network, which again, people, nothing is wrong. I saw someone add a comment the other day. It looked like a Ripple puppet or whatever, but no, somebody added a comment and was talking about Bitcoin network scaling or whatever. It's something we talked about for a long time, but if this is your first time watching us or hearing us, the scaling problem with Bitcoin is not an issue. It's a non-factor, because scaling issues are technical issues that every technology, not even every technology, everybody faces it. People,
even humans,
right? People have scaling issues for their brick and mortar store after they go on Oprah type of deal. You go on Shark Tank, you're about to have a scaling issue. Your servers can't take your whip, so that doesn't mean we gotta get rid of the whole business.
Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Right, we're on Oprah Monday, and our business can't handle the amount of customers we have for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So let's just stop business. That's the most ridiculous concept I've heard. So when people talk about Bitcoin, the scaling issue, it's not an issue. It's a network that a lot of people hadn't even known about or been on, and then the next day everybody found out about it because of price and jumped on it. So I just want to clear that up as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Speaking of altcoins, altcoin platform CoinExchange.io closes for financial reasons. What? Another one bites the dust. This is what happens in bear markets. What's going on with CoinExchange?
Oh, yeah. Well, CoinExchange, they were a smaller exchange. They were seeing daily volumes of about 700,000, which isn't much. It's literally a drop in the bucket. But they did support over 500 altcoins, so not a lot of liquidity, but you can get a little bit of those coins purchased there. They actually stated, unfortunately, it is no longer economically viable for us to continue offering market services. The costs of providing the required level of security and support now outweigh our earnings. So to that, I say good riddance. We need to kind of clean out some of these small exchanges that aren't really doing anything special. They're just copy and pasting other exchanges, throwing them up, trying to see what sticks. If one popular person starts using it, everybody starts using it. That's basically what they're counting on. And unfortunately for them, that didn't happen. So they are suspending their trading October 15th. If you have money on that platform, make sure you get it off. And however, the withdrawals will keep going until December 1st. So you don't necessarily have to rush right now. But yes, you should be trying to get off of that exchange if you have anything there.
First, definitely want to give a shout out to CoinExchange.io, because the heads up. Hey guys, we're leaving in 2 weeks. This is it. It's very easy for them to exit scam or do something like that.
Oh, yeah, they could just do it.
Right. Yeah, we got hacked, and we're going to win now. And we would have had another one of those and gone photos up from South Park. So I will commend them on saying it looks like, I feel like if a company is giving this type of notice, then at least they try to do some things the right way. I won't say everything, right? But another thing, kind of you said these pop-up copy and paste exchanges. I'm trying to read in between the lines here. They're saying the cost of providing that required level of security, which means they are being tagged by some state backed government telling them that they have to have a certain level, which again is good in a sense to get rid of these crappy exchanges, but it also stops the mom and pops from popping up. So again, this has to be a economic issue, which again is very difficult in this space, because it's one of those things where if you don't already have a lot of money, no one's going to believe you. But if you're building, you're in a tough spot. So again, coin exchange goes down. Again, you have recent closures across the globe here at the bottom where they're talking about Coin One, as well as Bitcoin Company.ltd. So I expect to see more of them as the space matures, because again, governments around the world are making it even more difficult for those to be involved in crypto. And we're going to talk about that here with the next story. So crazy to see. Speaking of this, also, when you talk about low volumes and stuff, I want to give a shout out to Decentralized and his DeVault project. We said we were going to do a video on it last week. However, we were traveling. So definitely going to check it out hopefully this week. But want to give people a chance to take a look at it. Like you said, he's not doing a pre-mine ICO or anything. I checked it out already. It's on CoinMarketCap. I think it only has like maybe a $20,000 or $22,000 market cap. So really small, but I wanted to give a shout out for people listening. If you want to go check out that project yourself And come back and let us know what you think about it before we do a deep dive as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure decentralized will appreciate it. But yeah, as we're talking about governments pressing that thumb down on people, SEC settles with Nebulous for unregistered offering of SIA notes in 2014.
Oh, man.
That is right.
Why y'all bringing up old stuff?
Listen, we're gonna bring up. I mean, again, this is the thing, people. And I'm talking to Americans right now on this one. We know how the majority of America feels about bringing up old stuff. Why we got to bring it up?
Yeah.
I wasn't there then. This didn't happen to me. But the SEC, all of a sudden, when it benefits their extortion scheme, they're going to bring it up. It looks like the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has reached a settlement with Nebulous, the company behind the SIA decentralized cloud storage network, which, by the way, for those who are new, used to be in the top 10.
Yeah. Long time ago.
And everyone thought it was the next big thing, SIA notes, whoever. But it looks like they're going to have to pay $225,000 in disgorgement and penalties. And again, this comes after one of those things where Nebulous neither admitted or denied any findings. I mean, this is a straight up extortion scheme. It's like, hey, you're going to pay this money or we're actually going to really come after you. But what's going on here besides the obvious?
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the ways you know that this is an extortion scheme and they're literally just taking this $225,000, the SEC announced that the charges were settled in the form of a civil monetary penalty without Nebulous admitting or denying the findings. So they were neither guilty nor not guilty, but they still had to pay $225,000.
Why would we go the civil route? This is a crime. I don't understand.
So the civil part of it gets you paid, and the criminal part of it gets you in jail. But if you just take the money, you don't really have to worry about it. Nebulous Chief Operating Officer Zach Herbert continued by saying, while disappointed that the SEC chose to pursue a steep penalty, almost double of what they raised in 2014, especially compared to their lax handling of EOS.
Hold on.
Shots fired.
First of all that's, listen, Tekashi, don't start pointing at other people.
Hey, don't start snitching.
See it, we got you. We covering you. We feel bad for you too, but hold on.
Hey, this is like Kobe talking about, hey, Shaq doing it too.
Hey, let's not get, because if somebody be like, well, the gym in the crypto every day, hold on,
man.
Hey, we travel.
Keep my name out my mouth. That's your mouth. But he actually says, by choosing not to take action against SIA coins, we believe the SEC has validated their two-token model. We will continue to build and improve the SIA network. So the token itself is not under fire. It's the company doing unregistered security sales. Basically them saying, hey, you selling on my block without giving... It's literally the wire.
This is gang mentality.
It's just the wire in government form. It's like, are you selling on my block and not giving me money?
You made money 5 years ago doing what?
Time to go. Exactly. And it doesn't matter how long ago it was. SEC brings it up.
Special investigator. Listen, we know you paid the city, but see this? We're special.
Oh, yeah. And one of the funniest parts about that was that EOS statement, because people are starting to bring that up. Like, hey, why did EOS get away with a slap in the hand? In my opinion, the $24 million was paid, but they raised $4 billion. So I'm pretty sure they probably got a validator node or they got some other kicker to go along with that we don't know about. But that's neither here nor there. This is what happens to different projects whenever the SEC comes after them.
Right.
Got to pay that money, but the project's not dead. They can still keep building and people can still use it eventually. So it's not a death wish, but it doesn't look too good. And
regardless of their dry snitching, as you just kind of said, I would say EOS actually did. I mean, they did get fined something similar. Again, it wasn't. You understand, the government, as criminal as they are, as corrupt as we're seeing this. I mean, this is not me making up stuff. I wish it were. I mean, people, I've been involved in public service and government majority of my life here in America. So it's not me just trying to smack around my own crew, right? It's just like, honest critique, and it's corrupt. But EOS did the $24 million. You got to remember, a government worker in these positions. We're talking about regulators, right? Your average regulator, 85,000 to maybe 130 on the high end, people. That's their salary, 85,000 to 130. Which most of them are not based in the California West Coast region. There's East Coast, Washington, D.C., New York, all these folks lobbying. I mean, it's big over there. And I say that because the cost of living is a lot cheaper than in California. So that 85 to 130,000 per regulator, you're talking about $24 million in penalties. Spread that out. I mean, to these people, 5 or 10,000 is a big bump. Like, I've been paid $10,000. I've been paid off for this project. So I think that $24 million is actually a high price. It's the right price, because if they would have fined them 50 million to 100 million or something like that, a number that will actually make sense for the $4 billion raised, then we'll also do something separate, and that will be cause a major news story. It will be a narrative in the news of why some unknown, obscure company you never heard of is paying our government $100 million in fines. They couldn't make it that high because it would be the front page everywhere. So they kept it at 24 million. 24 million is a good number we can bury in the rest of our extortion cases. But let's not get this twisted. In 2014, there was no guidance.
There was zero SEC anything.
We just got the guidance actually last year in 2018. And by the way, it's been guidance. It has not been written into law. There hasn't been any votes. There hasn't been any town hall meetings. It's been Wednesday mornings and Friday nights, Monday mornings of guidance of this is what we expect of you. And then if you don't do it, we'll come after you with some ridiculous civil case. But I mean, I get it.
Hey, that's how it goes.
They're definitely. This is Denzel watching Lonzo in training day. This is Alonzo in training day where they asked him how he's going to get the money to pay off the Russians or whoever was after him, and he was like, "I got an old account I can tax." Yeah. This is the SEC. End of the year, they're trying to figure out how they can write off some taxes and take some money under the table, and they're like, "We got an old account from 2014. You remember Sia? Yeah, we gave them time to grow and build. It's time to tax them, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It won't hurt. Hey, the price we'll give them won't hurt. They should pay it, and they did pay it. It's very unfortunate. Again, the SEC isn't stupid. They work with the IRS, and these price points they're coming up with for each company: $225,000 for Sia notes, $24 million for SER for Block 1. These numbers have been factored in a sense of if this company were to fight us back, if they were to take the SEC to court under some type of civil lawsuit, which you can do, by the way, people. You can take the SEC to court for stuff like this. But these companies are probably factoring, all right, how long can we stay in court with them? How much would this cost? What's going to be the damage to business, et cetera, et cetera. And they probably just say, all right, $225,000, let's just do it and get done with it. $24 million, let's just do it and get done with it. And that's why it keeps going on. The reality is this is going to keep going to the next company, to the next company, to the next company, until one company finally says, no, we're not going to just pay you because we did something 6 years ago that you don't like. But craziness, people. Let's go to some of these comments real quick. Cryptonomics said, SIA is a scam. They had a good concept, but the project has been on that BS. I'm not going to go as far as say it's a scam, but it's definitely been on BS. I mean, it's been out since 2014.
Haven't seen any growth.
Haven't seen it since it was in the top 10. Yeah. Let's see. Trust True, Sergeant Crypto, Ronan Bushido Style said, what's going on? He's from in the Bay right now. Let's see. Sergeant Crypto said everybody's hopping on the Bitcoin train now that at Plan B on Twitter released the stock to flow model. Yeah. Of course. Ronan said we'll be in the LA area this week to provide medicine. Cambo, anyone interested, I take Bitcoin as donation. There we go. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Sergeant Crypto says, as far as the scaling goes, haters gonna hate. Plus the speed in which Bitcoin settles is still faster than anything out there. People need to read more. You know how it is if it doesn't fit their narrative. What's going on? Trek, PFC Wills, Milto, Antonio said, what's the name for decentralized? It is Devault. I will type that in as well. Let's see. Cryptonomics said, what's up with the SEC taking Reggie to court and freezing funds, but they are allowing these other ICO projects to pay. So Reggie probably didn't pay.
You got to pay to play, man.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, it's clear Reggie did not pay them.
Yeah.
He just packed up and moved and tried to take his funds.
Big shakedown.
Hey, and again, we're seeing it now. 2 or 3 weeks, 5, 6, or 7 different companies from the SEC, all of them before the year of 2016. Crazy people. Crazy, man. What's going on? Alec G. Who else we got? Wire Sparks calling it the big shakedown. That should be the movie for crypto. Trust Troops laughing said the wire in suits. Cryptonomics said, so settling sounds like as long as you pay your fine, you can run your crypto, which is adoption versus fines, of course. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of good comments coming in, people. All right. And the last one. Oh, hold on. I see some more on Reggie. Looks like Reggie would only have to pay $140,000, though. Seems ridiculous not to pay $140,000 versus millions in legal fees. Again, from the financial point and the business point, I agree, which is why some of these companies I just mentioned are saying, hey, it's cheaper just to pay. But also, it's wrong. Yeah. So if you have that strong inclination of, I did not do anything wrong, I didn't do anything illegal, why
could win, reverse it and flip it on them and sue them.
Why should I pay them anything? Yeah. Why should I pay them anything? I mean, if you're getting bullied by a gang in your neighborhood, would you give in to the gang demands? Would you fight back? What would you do?
Because don't get your bully to your lunch money.
we're starting to see that happening right now on a national scale. I mean, the government is literally just bullying companies. So we'll see what happens next. All right, here's some good news that might change some of this. Congressional challenger to House Speaker Pelosi is fundraising in crypto.
Oh, yeah.
What is going on with this new challenger?
Oh, yeah. So the primary challenger to U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi is named Agatha Bacalar. I hope that's how you say it. She's looking to unseat Pelosi in California's 12th district, and according to her website, she's actually touting STEM, which is in her background. She claims she claims the once bright future for crypto in America has been dimming and has suffered as federal intervention has pushed out innovators out of our district and out of our country. Very true, because a lot of innovation happens, regulators show up, and they leave. Going to Malta is one of those things. Her aim is to have an informed, practical, and future-savvy regulation in the U.S., and she aims to do that by raising $1 million in cryptocurrency through the Coinbase exchange. So far, they've raised $5,000, so they're a bit off there. However, this is a change in the way of thinking. Pelosi is sort of the old guard. Keep all the people that are, either Democrat or Republican, keep them in office. Let's do it a straight-laced way.
Right.
Then we got new people showing up that are like, no, we shouldn't be pushing crypto away. This will be a big mistake, and I agree with her. So shout out to Agatha. She'll be running against her. Good luck. It's hard to get out an incumbent, and Pelosi's pretty powerful, so we'll see. But yes, Agatha Bacalar, Democrat in California's 12th district, raising $1 million in cryptocurrency.
And I'm glad they're bringing up all this new technology. I always talk about crypto and government so we can see where our tax money go. But hey, let's do a little testing first. Let's not even go all the way through government as far as tax money. Let's do it for campaign donations. I say we force every politician to use Bitcoin for campaign donations. That way, again, we can track exactly how much you receive from who, where, and where that money goes. So next time, all of a sudden, you're on every TV spot and you still got a war chest of $10 million left, we can go to all those TV spots with Bitcoin transactions and see how much you paid them, how much you got in your campaign. I think that's a fair thing. I mean, look, we're talking about fairness here, right? I know I'm just talking because the government would probably never do this, which is why Pelosi and the rest of them are probably like, look, somebody got to shut up Agatha with this with this new accountability and transparency thing she's trying to push.
Transparency? What is wrong with these people?
What is wrong with you? You don't know what being a politician is? Let's see. Alec G said, did we talk about the RBN hard fork? Basically got all the ASICs out of here. I saw it, but I haven't been in detail on it yet. How about you?
Oh, yeah. I saw it. Yeah, I saw people talking about it. I haven't dug in too deep.
All right, we'll check it out then. Ronald Stewart said, I understand that Google now has a quantum computer. How would this affect the blockchain?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they would have to implement it, and it would have to actually work against the blockchain. It costs a lot of money, a lot of time. However, that's a few years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not the only one. Right here in California's backyard, I think it's UCLA, where I forgot the guy's name, the professor, one of the ones who helped actually create the internet, which I believe is at UCLA. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure he's at UCLA over here. They have a supercomputer they've been working on. And I mean, they know about cryptocurrency. Like I said, this is a guy who helped create the internet. I have his name somewhere. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, so my point is, when you have Google with theirs, you're going to have schools with theirs, you're going to have crypto companies by theirs. You think if Binance can get their hands on a supercomputer, they're not about to put down that money?
Come on, man.
So our point is that, it's one of those things where everybody talks about how it will affect the blockchain, but it might end up balancing out if enough, not saying Google's a bad actor, but just enough community actors have access to it as well. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. And quantum resistant blockchains are a thing. So Bitcoin could soft fork into that as an upgrade, have a quantum resistant blockchain, and you won't have to worry about it at all.
Right. And great point, Xpense RX. If anyone had this is a really good point. If anyone had a quantum computer, the last thing you would use it for is to crack Bitcoin. You can literally crack all securities with a quantum computer. It's a big deal. So I'm with you. I mean, if you did have a quantum computer,
all bets off.
JP Morgan.
I was about to say all bets
Bank
off.
of America.
I think they would go after something bigger than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a total $250 billion market cap. I can guarantee you right now, they're going after something way bigger than that. They'll probably go after student loans and and real estate, private investment. That'll probably be a bigger play.
You have to remember, when it comes to any type of exploit in general, the bigger the exploit is, they're not going to use it on something and waste it, and then everybody find out the exploit's there. So as Bitcoins, they said, if they have an exploit for any type of hacking, they're going to wait till they can get to the honeypot of honeypots and then use it that one time. Because you remember, after you use it, everyone around the world is going to say, all right, how can we stop this from happening again? So that might be your one-time use. So,
hey, man, if you can crack a few government security and get into those files, that's way more valuable.
Right. I mean, you get a couple sheets of paper.
Yeah, a few sheets of paper that can buy you protection for the rest of your life.
Right. All right. And last but not least, X-Spence said you could literally crack nuclear codes with a quantum
Exactly.
computer.
It's a lot bigger.
Crazy.
It's a lot bigger things. The energy sector is going to be affected. It's going to be a lot.
I'm just go ahead and shut down the grid today. I'm having a bad day. I'm shut down the grid.
Everybody go to sleep.
Hilarious. All right, that's the show for today. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a happy hump day.
Oh yeah.
And we will see you all tomorrow. Make sure you smash that like, share. We'll be updating all the podcasts today as well. And then of course, give us a review if you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.